This class is on the topic of crystals, and I'm going to be sharing with you information that I've discovered about crystals, but some of that information is rather unknown, so you may not find it in other sources. And some of what I have to share you probably have heard about, especially if you've studied crystals at all, and maybe that'll even help connect the dots. But we're going to look at what some of the applications are to begin with for crystals because they're used in lots of different ways. And we'll be talking mostly about quartz crystal to begin with. Quartz crystal has what's known as a piezoelectric effect, which basically means that they have the ability to vibrate at very high levels of accuracy. Consequently, you'll find them being used in electronic circuits to help stabilize frequencies. You'll find crystals in every single computer. You'll find crystals in television sets. You'll find them in radios and watches. They're used in satellite equipment. You'll find them in transmitters, radio and television transmitters. You'll find them in receivers. So crystals are used a lot in electronic circuitry. Now, another application for crystals would be metaphysical, because you can actually use crystals to help amplify your mental energy. You can use them to clarify your thought patterns. You can even use them to help focus when you want to meditate. Still another purpose for crystals, they have the ability to store and rebroadcast consciousness information. And they can be used to magnify and transmit psychic energies. And they have healing powers. Now, technically, it's the divine intelligence of your body that really does the healing. But a lot of times our thought patterns get in the way. Well, crystals can be used to assist in the process of healing because they can amplify your intention and actually expand the consciousness of the cells in your body. Another way crystals can be used would be to help you with your own awakening process. In other words, for enlightenment, where you can learn more about your relationship to existence and the world around you. Another way that crystals are used, at least certain crystals, can be used in healing music, which is something that I do, because I've learned how to extract the core consciousness from certain types of crystals and then use sound as a carrier to get those healing vibrations to your body. I've also made elixirs that you can put under your tongue with the same technology. It's a consciousness repatterning technology, and it can even be used with animals and plants, but it's not a frequency technology. It actually works beyond time and beyond light. Now, there's another video that you can watch that explains the technology, how it works, and you'll find additional information in there about crystals. But for this class, we're going to focus mostly on some of the information that I've come to understand that you may not find in other sources, and some of it maybe you will. But we're going to start by taking a look at the differences between crystals and rocks. Rocks are formed out of minerals under pressure. Crystals actually grow, and they're made of silicone and oxygen. However, you can have minerals mixed in with crystal, and sometimes chemicals. And so what happens is you can get all of these variations of quartz, like rose quartz or citrine or amethyst. Another thing is rocks hold a soul consciousness from the mineral kingdom. Now, there's another video that you can watch that explains existence and the birth of the universe and souls and kingdoms of existence and things like that. if you want to get a deeper understanding of what that really means. Crystals, on the other hand, do not have soul content. However, some of them can hold infused consciousness, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. If you know what Carillion photography is, if you were to look at rocks versus crystals, you'd see that the energy fields are completely different patterns. They don't look alike at all. Another thing is rocks have a group consciousness, which means that a particular type of rock might have a single consciousness for a whole area of land. Sometimes it might even be an entire continent. And depending on the type of rock, it could be the entire planet. But they have a group consciousness. So just because you might have one that's here and another one here and another one here, if it's the same type of rock, it'll be a single consciousness. Crystals, however, are all individualized. So you could have a crystal, they're all going to have a specific function. You could have one crystal be a healer and another one right next to it be a consultant or a record keeper. It's kind of similar to a life purpose, except crystals don't really have life purposes. They're more so a temporary housing for the purpose of spiritual evolution, which we'll get more into in a few moments. Rock will be carriers of local consciousness, which basically means that they hold imprints of the consciousness of the local trees and an imprint of the consciousness of the water in that area. Crystals are infused with higher consciousness that basically are for the purpose of assisting evolution. Another thing is that sometimes you'll find quartz deposits within certain types of rocks, but they'll each be doing their own thing.